The people you're playing at had a bunch too. Yeah. I could imagine. It's definitely it's definitely gonna be a fun game to watch. What the fuck? Mardrum Venom. Wow, like that's a mushroom. Rodrim Vengeance. Alright, what are you guys arguing about? Your Majesty, Lippy Goodman's warriors have started a brawl at the tavern. They've broken pitchers, drained all the barrels of ale, even eaten Innkeep's cat. Excuse you? Their dancing and revelry is in celebration of their recent victory over Nilfgaardian division, and they show no signs of slowing down. What are your orders? Fuck. Don't need any of this. I don't need the morale. This is the recruits right here. I need this to like make new cards and make just to create cards. And this, this, yeah, this is morale, yeah. So if my morale is in the green like this, every card in my deck has +1 power. If it's in the red for bad morale, everything has -1. So I'm just gonna do this. Oh, look at that. I could, okay, so if my morale goes down, it goes back down to yellow for just medium, normal. I can come back here and get it back, and then do this. So, yeah, cool. Good to know.
Is our own land, charming fertile and grand.
Okay, dude. Oh,
One evening,
shit.
soldiers brought before Meve the elf she had saved from a lynching. It seemed he had been the fiend who had poisoned the water barrels from which several soldiers had drunk, then suffered and died.
Yes, I did it.
This
and I regret it not
fucker!
one bit.
Seethed the elf.
Nilfgaardian, Temerian, some brute from Lyria. You Dwan are all alike. I detest you. All of you, your filth for what you wrought with my brethren. I'm proud. I am that even a few of your kind perished at my hand. Hail and Shay.
Meve pursed her lips into a thin white line. Reynard knew the expression. It did not bode well.
Obviously doesn't bode well for me either. Well, I mean, wait, no. It does bode well for me because I'm gonna fuck this dude up. So we're doing a one-shot with Brandon this. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that, because Thursday's not gonna work. Obviously, because we're doing stuff. And then Friday apparently has to be short, because Katie and Andy have to get up at 6 a.m. for their, obviously, to get ready. Which, ooh, 6 a.m. I mean, on Saturday, that does kind of suck, but... and for them, that sucks, because they're not used to getting up that early. I know exactly. Like I'm gonna be doing on Mondays when I have to get, and then Tuesdays I have to get up at 4. Yeah, I'm just gonna suffer. So I mean, it's slightly different because it's their wedding, so they probably don't want to be tired. But well, their second wedding. Sorry, wedding 2.0. They're already officially married, but this is like the one where all of us can go. So. But, yeah. Okay, you gotta go, Shala. Alright. Have a good one. Yeah, I'll see you. Yeah, I'll talk to you some other time.
I should drag
Have
you
a good
to the
evening.
capital. Hang you high in the market square.
Meve said through gritted teeth.
Yet this you would want. Am I right? For your folk to speak of you? For your folk to remember? Well, you shan't have it. You'll hang here, in the middle of nowhere, with but crows to witness it and then pick at your eyes.
It was a summary execution. No sentence was read, no last wish observed. The elf's corpse then hung long at the roadside, as none came forth to claim and bury it.
Jesus. They even had like fucking sounds and shit. Oh, dude, look at him right there. Yeah, little bitch, fuck you. That's right. Bitch ass elf. Get out of here. You're one of the bad elves.
We welcome you home, your majesty.
Hey! I made it to the capital!
Prince Willem awaits your return, your grace.
Hey, fucking better than my son. Fucking better!
Home at last, your grace.
We shall not enjoy it long, I fear. Soon we must face the black-clads in the field.
Yet a moment's peace we will have. After that drubbing you gave them at Dravigrad, they'll wish to rethink their strategy.
Okay. Oh, that's right, I got that one. Don't need to do that. Don't need to do that. Alright, let's go. Yeah! I only got 7 out of 10. That's okay. You are approaching an important moment in your journey. If you choose to continue, you will not be able to resume any unfinished activity in this area. That's okay.
Neve had ridden out of Lyria in early spring, her retinue modest, as none larger was needed for the brief summit of sovereigns. She returned now to her capital, at the head of an army that dragged behind it bandits and Nilfgaardian prisoners in chains. The whole city came out to greet her. Its traders, craftsfolk, priests. Also, her eldest son and heir, Prince Willem. A boy who, it seemed, might never be prepared to rule.
That's reassuring.
Neve and Willem rode side by side past the cheering throngs, their faces frozen in regal smiles. It was not until they reached the castle stables that they found a corner in which to speak freely, candidly.
So is, Blake, if you're still here, is Fall Guys on... Oh, wait, I don't know if have you played Fall Guys? I don't know if it's on Steam. Oh, it is on Steam? Okay.
Welcome home, Mother. Content I am to see you, to be sure.
And I'm
Because I have been thinking about getting
Though I
it
dare
and
say I'd
playing
be
it.
much happier to witness you leading an army towards Dravigrad.
But
Willem, I trusted you. Left the realm in your care.
Indeed. And I, in turn, did my utmost to choose the best course for...
Willem, don't be so damned courtly. There's no one else here. My son. Nilfgaard has invaded our home. We're at war. When rulers don't strive and don't choose, when rulers grab their swords and shields and ride out to defend their subjects.
You didn't let me finish.
Okay.
All right. Say what you wanted to, please.
I feared I'd be hasty, Mother, and I didn't want to be. When we got word of the invasion, the lords convened at the castle. They demanded I hear them out. They wanted to give me counsel. If I'd rushed into the field to confront the foe, I'd have been half blind to the situation, not known all the options I had at my disposal.
Disposal.
A ruler never knows all the options. Yet he must decide and act nonetheless. I need to prepare. I'll see you at the Council of Peers.
And indeed she did.
And
when
indeed
the
she
peers
did.
convened in the throne room. Surrounded by animal hides and Zerrikanian tapestries, the lords stood in tense silence, awaiting the queen. When her figure filled the doorway, they fawningly prostrated themselves.
We've myriad matters to resolve, so I trust you're well rested. Whatever the case.
What do you think?
I've no doubt we
What do you
shall
think
meet the dawn before
background
we're
I should
done.
do for my paladin?
Firstly, we must ask assistance. Pen a letter to King Demavend. Scribe, take this down. Dear... What? Uncle? Cousin? Blast. Again. I, Meve, by the god's grace, sovereign of Rivia and...
Have a criminal background. I'm gonna. Well, see, that's the thing is, and like I said, I wanna. There's some things that I've written down for. Well, I didn't really grow up on the streets. I have it where I still grew up in the town. And when I got to the city, and when I got to the actual city, I didn't want to steal. So I would like find scraps and just find whatever I can. And eventually it was just like, I just want it to end. And so I just like laid down in an alley, and that's when what's his nuts found me. So I wasn't a criminal because I didn't steal. I mean, but yeah, I know we talked a little bit, but like I said, last night and the night before, I just kept brainstorming stuff and came up with some things. So I'm really trying to steer away from like typical tieflings. So, and there's this thing that I wrote down that I want to do, but I don't know if it like exists, I guess. But it'd probably be easier to talk about that tomorrow.
Your Grace, Mother, the peers and I, we've come to propose another solution.
Yes, out with it.
We wish to acknowledge Nilfgaard's authority, pledge fealty to the Emperor.
What the fuck are you? Look, yeah, exactly. Her face right here. What? What?
I beg your pardon.
Yep, that's basically saying what? But yeah, there's some. I think there's some cool things that I have that I came up with. But whether or not they quote unquote exist and will work, different story.
The black-clad hordes outnumber our forces manyfold, and they're far better equipped. We stand not the slightest chance against them in open.
You will not lecture me about Nilfgaard's army, my son. All you know of them you garnered from coloured renderings, whereas I faced them at Dravograd. I faced them and crushed them.
But your grace, the losses. For this fleeting victory in which you delight, how many of your subjects had to perish? Bend a knee afore the Emperor, and you shall spare thousands.
Nay, never. Understood, Caldwell? Not ever.
I'd hoped to persuade you, but it seems I've failed. Nonetheless, the die's been cast. We've signed the accord with Nilfgaard. Our noble lords stand with me.
The blood left Maeve's face. She had realized her son, who had ever professed to detest politics and shirked his duties as crown prince, had just stabbed her in the back, as had her entire court.
What is this? Treason to my eyes. The gallows is what awaits you.
Willem rules Lyria now. And should you not acquiesce and approve the accord, I fear only you, milady, shall have the pleasure to meet the hangman.
Wow, this
Don't
was...
get ahead of yourself, Caldwell. My mother will not be harmed. Not one hair on her head. Understood? Confine the Queen to the tower.
You err deeply, my son.
Shit, dude. What
The Queen was
fuck?
confined to a cell. Gilded armor she had traded for a simple robe. A courtly retinue for a swarm of rats. She was the very picture of misery. At the window of her cell, gripping the bars, Maeve stood powerless. Her anger so great she wept and wailed. Her Lyria was free no more.
What? I lost Wagenberg? Oh.
Have I come at a bad time?
What the fuck do you think, bro?
Demons take you, Caldwell.
Whoa! Okay, I understand the hate me, but let's take it down a notch.
You've long been at this scheme, haven't you? You left the strays of Sparla to roam the realm, to forage, so that I would have to look to them. and thus gained your cohorts the time they needed to complete Lyria's sail to Nilfgaard.
You've seen through it all, that's clear. After the fact, of course, but still.
Willem, you turned him. How?
The boy's not fit to wear the crown. Hasn't sufficient wit nor valor. I know this. You know this. Just, he knows it not. Willem fancied himself a statesman, wished terribly to prove he was one. I made it possible. I've been amply rewarded, I have. Palatine since just yesterday, in fact.
You'll have neither my blessing nor congratulations. Sorry to disappoint you.
I seek neither. I've come for another reason. To bid you adieu. Willem does not seek your death. Does not even fathom it, as you well know. Moreover, his resolve will wilt in time, and he'll wish to free you. So, come the morn, when the young king rides out to pledge fealty afore General Ep Dahi, you shall use your bed linens to hang yourself.
What was that, dude?
Do not do this, Caldwell. You cannot. Let me out, I beg you, and I swear I will.
Adieu, your grace, and use your last evening wisely.
Meve felt a rush of despair, yet bit her lip to mute any weeping. No, she would not give Caldwell the satisfaction. Morning arrived with the sound of footsteps in the corridor. Meve rose from her cot and stood in the center of her cell. She was prepared for anything. Well, nearly anything.
The Duke of Dogs.
Titles seem senseless under the circumstances, don't you think?
Oh, hey,
Let's
dude.
forgo them.
I
I'm
didn't.
Gascon.
I didn't kill this guy before.
Has
That's right.
Caldwell sent you? To kill me?
A no and a no. Actually, you're free. How shall I put this? That cad, Count Caldwell, used yours truly and the strays as bait in a scheme aimed at kicking your shapely backside off your throne. Now, I'm hardly vindictive. First to forgive, in fact. Take your threat to send me to the gallows. Forgotten already. Yet being played for a fool, I cannot abide. So when the strays freed me, I knew what I'd do to spite the Celt afore I disappeared. I'd free you. That's to say, on one condition. You've got to request it of me, my lady. Courteously.
For my realm I will do this, and much, much more. Even bow afore a brigand. Thus I beg you, Gascon, Duke of Dogs, grant me my freedom.
Ha! Incredible! I've lived to see someone grovel with dignity. A true ruler you've got to be. You are free.
Yay!
And grateful. Now please let me pass. I must get to the city jail at once.
Would you look at this woman? Free her from one prison, she flies off to the next.
They hold Reynard there. And if I've any ally left, anyone who's not betrayed me, it's him. I must get him out.
Hold, my lady. Unarmed, alone.
Have I any other option?
For Brandon's one shot, for me find a time, make a college of swords bard with super high dex. Oh, isn't that like? Yeah, isn't that the like bard that obviously can fight better? College of Swords. I would say Blade, but I don't know if you know that. That's from 2nd edition. It's the Blade subclass for Bard.
See, they locked a few strays in the city pits too. Got a common cause, I'd say. Care to join forces?
The Queen
Hell yeah,
took
dude.
Gascon up on his offer. Then she, Gascon, and the Strays snuck through the city to its dungeon. Reynard had not wavered for a moment in his devotion to the Queen. Never the slouch, he had also not lost any time.
I've inquired among the other arrested soldiers. Many are prepared to fight, even die at your side, Your Grace.
Seems they may yet get their chance. But now we must flee. All of us.
Oh, level 6, yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. For a turn. So it's kind of like, well, it's kind of like Shield, but better. I don't know what I would do. I kind of want to do like a Warlock.
Yet in leaving the jail, the company ran into trouble. When Caldwell's cutthroats had failed to find Meve in her cell waiting for her secret execution, they had informed the Count. He, in turn, dispatched patrols into the streets. The Queen and her cohorts ran into one such unit.
Blast. We shan't outrun them. To arms!
You didn't show me, you told me about them. Level 9 Rogue, level 5 Warlock. Hunting the Queen, and thus Lyrian stood against Lyrian. At first, Meve fought only to stun, to wound, not to kill. Yet she quickly realized the soldiers opposite her held no such reservations. These men who had saluted her but a few days before, and whose faces she knew well, would pull no punches, soften no blows. Meve had no choice but to follow suit. Oh, weird. Meve fought only to stun, to wound, not to kill, but realized that the enemies weren't gonna do that, so what do you have to do? You have to kill. Interesting. -1 to Dex and Strength. Nice. Unique cards. Battle will last only 1 round. Find an escape route. Once the escape route is found, gain more points than your opponent within 3 turns. Great.
Gascon? Bloody hell, where'd you get to?
Bloody hell!
Grace,
Oh.
we must make haste. Caldwell's roused the whole city by now.
Return on turn start, draw a card. What? Oh, great. This one. Fuck.
Aye.
Wait, is he? He's not invincible. But I kind of need him.
Don't like this.
If your dinner is placed, move it, move next to it, and boost it by 1. Fuck. Clear all row effects from your side. After 3 turns, draw the top. Fuck.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
This is all luck, and I'm fucking sucking so far. Yeah, you told me that. You told me about the sneak attack thing.
This harvest will be reaping black clouds.
Whoa!
Didn't think I'd leave you just like that, did you?
Hello, dude.
Honestly, I did.
Fuck! Let me find a goddamn escape route, you piece of shit! Alright, what do these do? Move 3 cards to the other row on their side. If any units damage them by 2. Mark a unit. Every turn damage the mark unit's turn. Mark another. Ooh. How do I set it up? Set her on fire. Oh, that's perfect.
Cursed traitors.
I gotta fucking set that row on fire. What is going on?
Watch your heads!
Again and again and again.
Your Grace, what guarantee do we have that they won't stab us in the back?
We don't.
I'll relieve you of that pouch.
Just gotta make sure. What is this?
Doubt I'll ever pay off these school loans.
Wait, what? Why did that go away? Oh. Well, guess what, bitch?
Catch!
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that's a lot of fucking damage, by the way. That is a lot of damage.
I thank you, Gascon. You and your men, for your aid.
"'Tis nought, my lady. Strays never say no to a proper brawl."
No brawl this was. Sun rising against Mother. Lyrian striking at Lyrian. I fear a blood war's begun.
I'll have to, man. I don't know what I'd want to. I don't know what I'd want to be for his one shot. Maybe a druid? I don't know.
"Come now. Seems to me the war's ended. Your realm's lost to Nilfgaard. You've no army to speak of."
Then I shall assemble a new one. And with it have Caldwell hanged, and drive Nilfgaard back across the Yaruga.
"You're mad. How will you find the men? Riding from hamlet to hamlet, speaking from atop a crate?"
No. I shall find them in Edirn. I've a favour to call in with King Demavend, and I'll sway volunteers to my cause on the way.
"Well, you've your first willing warriors already."
How so?
"We've nothing left in Lyria. Our hideouts are compromised, Caldwell's sure to set a price on our heads, and Nilfgaardians roam the land in numbers. Besides, I'll be right tickled to see proud Queen Meve fighting elbow to elbow with a bandit she'd wish to hang just a half day afore."
Yeah, is Uncanny Dodge a reaction? I can't remember. I know evasion is not.
Well, it is said my foe's foe is my friend.
Okay, so you're just, yeah, just because you won't be able to counterspell an uncanny in the same like round or whatever. So, but so I mean, if you take a shitload of damage from like a melee attack, then you might want to uncanny dodge that, even if there is a spellcaster around.
And I'd be a fool to turn down assistance now, no matter who offers. So be it.
Ooh, I got Gascon. Gascon!
Very high-minded
Sick.
of you, my lady. So, shall we shake on't? Nay? Well then, the high road beckons. Though first we must escape the city with our lives. Follow me.
I mean, honestly, like, I would only uncanny dodge, especially if there's a spellcaster. I would only uncanny dodge if you take like fucking 20 damage or some shit like that, like some crazy amount of damage, or if you're starting to get low on health.
Lyria was hers no more. Meve now had to flee her capital and realm as quickly as she could. Wont to travel the city streets in a gilded carriage, the Queen now saw them from a slightly different vantage point.
Is this the only way? Are you quite certain? The Queen
Is a common fugitive now, so she'd do better to pinch her nose and whinge not at all.
At long last, Meve reached the gate.
You almost died of 300
Yet this she found shut tight. Locked
True.
and guarded.
Gods be damned.
Easy, your grace.
But you didn't.
Nothing we can't solve with a quiver full of quarrels.
Those are our men.
They were, Reynard, were.
Gascon's raiders were poised to loose their
Hey,
bolts,
Connor, stop
but
it.
were thwarted when the Queen stepped out in front of them.
What's she... Your Majesty?